Hey everyone, it's John from Imagine and Sukaneko, and I'm here to show you the new StazOn Pigment Inks. The first beautiful thing is that they come pre-inked already, so you don't have to use your little inker like the original opaque inks. What's different about this ink is you can actually do embossing on metal with embossing powder. This also has a longer open work time. And because it is a pigment ink, it will show up on a variety of different surfaces. So I'm gonna start with, this is the snowflake. And I'm just gonna kind of make a ground for my metal. If you've used the original StazOn inks before, if you were doing multiple colors, you had to put the glaze on in between each to set the color. With this, you don't. What's amazing about this is it's pretty much already dry, so you really don't even need a heat tool if you're applying it with like an ink blusher. If you're doing it directly from the pad, it's going to take a little bit longer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second color. And I'm going to use the peacock feather, and I'm going to ink the stamp up. Put this down. Notice I'm stamping the metal onto the inked up stamp so it doesn't slide. There's that. Oops, missed a little part on the bottom, but that's okay. I wanted to show with the white ink and without on there, just so you can kind of see the contrast of the inks. So there's that. Now, we'll just add on here another stamp on top. Let's do this one. So I'm going to do this with the shamrock green. There's that. That down.
I can't believe you're able to do that without having to dry it.
Exactly. So I am actually going to dry this point, because what I want to do is I want to set this ink so that when I put the embossing powder on the next layer of ink, it only sticks onto that. So that's really the only time I use a heat tool. So I'll just zap this really quick. There's that done, and then the last color I'm going to do is the Mariner Blue. And get this stamped up. And we're gonna put that right. Trying to get the prints all going the same way, but
somebody wants to know, how do you clean your stamps with these inks afterwards?
I never do. No, I'm kidding. You can use StazOn cleaner.
StazOn cleaner. Okay, so it works with the same
It works,
cleaner.
yeah. So same exact one. You can use baby wipes if you want also, but I generally always just use the StazOn cleaner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the embossing powder on now. And you want to do this relatively quickly, but it doesn't have to be instant that you put this on. So you can see it's just sticking to where, you can see better without the white background. It's only sticking where I just stamped with the Mariner Blue, the text.
Yeah, you can see that right there.
So now I'm gonna heat set this. What's a little bit different is, because this is on metal, the metal needs to heat up entirely so that the embossing powder melts. So it's a little bit different than on paper. And once the metal gets to that point, it'll all of a sudden just, you can see now it's all just starting to go. So I'm just working my way down. Whoops. So that, in a nutshell, is the new.
And how many colors are there?
There are 12 colors in the StazOn pigment. So there's the 4 that I showed you here that I used in the sample. There's also grape candy, lemon drop, orange peel, chocolate brown, plain black, or piano black.
Piano black.
There is the passion red, pink cosmos.
Oh, look at that pink.
And last but not least, the koala gray.
That is a beautiful gray.
And another thing about these inks is they even show up on darker colors and
Like the
surfaces,
black.
like on
Yeah.
black.
Perfect.
I'm glad you guys all had fun playing with the new StazOn Pigment Ink.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.